Ina da wani yaro da yana yin zazzabi. Na ba shi magani da yi mishi ba ya rasu.
Normally, I treat malaria every 6 months.
I've been taking Herb 25 for like 3 days now, and so far I don't have any body pains. All my body pains are gone. I feel stronger. It's like the solution to the problem.
Malaria is still an endemic problem, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa.
NAFDAC is into the certification of alternative medicines, mainly the herbal medicines.
Departments of pharmacognosy in all Nigerian universities are very important.
According to the Global Fund, a child dies every 30 seconds of malaria. Similarly, the World Health Organization, WHO, stated that malaria represents the most complex and overwhelming problem of the sub-Saharan Africa. The ailment is a disease of poverty and a cause of poverty. It is a complex health issue facing humanity with 40% population at risk. That is, 300 to 500 million cases annually and 2 to 3 million deaths. Nigeria is one of malaria's hardest hit countries, with children and pregnant women most at risk.
Malaria is a febrile illness caused by a parasite, Plasmodium, which lives part of its life in the human and part in the mosquito. It continues to ravage about 350 to 500 million people annually, causing over 1 million deaths.
The disease has claimed large percent of our gross domestic product with increased mortality, morbidity, loss of family income and productivity. In spite of a global political and financial commitment, the disease is on the increase largely due to the resistance of a parasite to conventional drugs, limitations of the preventive mechanisms of vector control and environment, and also inaccessibility factors to those most at risk. Malaria is transmitted to the people by the bite of an infected Anopheles mosquito, which feeds on human blood. The disease is caused by any one of the 4 species of the one-celled parasites called Plasmodium. These are Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium ovale, and Plasmodium falciparum. Among these, it is only infection by Plasmodium falciparum that is potentially fatal. Similarly, this is the species that is active across sub-Saharan Africa. The impact of malaria in terms of mortality, morbidity, natural growth and productivity, family health and income, lost wages of welfare care is staggering. Therefore, to halt the progression of malaria and poverty, the United Nations made it its primary focus in the Millennium Development Goals to eradicate malaria and other major diseases by the year 2015. Various declarations by African governments in the 1990s and finally the Rollback Malaria Declaration in Abuja in 2010 have made little impact on malaria. Mosquito thrives more in dirty environment. Thus, people living in such environments are more at risk of contracting malaria. However, pregnant women and children under the ages of 5 are most vulnerable. Malaria parasite is becoming resistant to orthodox medicine. In Africa, medicinal plants still represent the most utilized option for malaria. African medicinal plants address the main obstacles of fighting malaria in sub-Saharan Africa through accessibility, affordability, and sustainability. Over 1,200 plants are reported worldwide to have anti-malaria property. Majority of these are found along with very promising researches, products and development in Ghana and the anti-malaria product in Nigeria.
Part of the requirement of the World Health Organization is to develop what we call indigenous medicine. And that is why departments of pharmacognosy in all Nigerian universities are very important. We have to develop our own indigenous resources of drug. The Department of Pharmacognosy here in Ahmadu Bello University is making positive efforts. Nigerian population is 150 million, and it's going to be difficult to provide adequate healthcare services. Besides, most of the population are living in rural areas where there are no accessibility to hospitals and professional health services. Now, once you have clinical herbal practitioners, it will be possible to provide the necessary health care.
In view of the outrageous malaria statistics and glaring suffering of Nigerian people, efforts were made in research, documentation, development of Nigerian medicinal plants as alternative drugs in the treatment of malaria. Herb 25 was formulated by an associate professor, Dr. Hadiza Nuhu of the Department of Pharmacognosy, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria.
Herb 25 is a drug that has been used in Nigeria since 2004. Malaria is still an endemic problem, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa. It is because of this that we have gone into the research and we produce Herb 25. Herb 25 is produced from Nigerian medicinal plants. That's one advantage. So it has addressed one problem, sustainability. That means something you are producing from your own raw materials is sustainable. You don't depend on another person. Secondly, it has another advantage that it can also cure chloroquine-resistant strains of Plasmodium.
The drug was developed by extracting herbs from various plants, of which, as a director indica, the neem tree, popularly known as Ogonyaro, is the active ingredient. It is NAFDAC approved and certified.
It is a drug that is registered by NAFDAC. It is the first drug to be registered by NAFDAC from any Nigerian university.
NAFDAC is into the certification of alternative medicines, mainly the herbal medicines, using the safety as the major criterion in approving herbal medicines in Nigeria. NAFDAC does that by ensuring that any herbal medicine that is supposed to be used in Nigeria is tested and certified that it is not harmful to the body.
Herb 25 treats malaria completely without side effects like dizziness, nausea, vomiting, and itching.
I've had malaria for like 8 days now, and my friend suggested I should take Herb 25. I've been taking Herb 25 for like 3 days now, and so far I don't have any body pains. All my body pains are gone. I feel stronger. It's like the solution to the problem, to malaria. I feel better now.
Not only is Herb 25 used for treatment of malaria, but it is also used as prophylaxis, that is, for preventive measures.
Normally, I treat malaria every 6 months, but ever since I've been introduced to the Herb 25 and I treated it with it, I've not had it for over a year now. It's really effective.
Sunana Ramlat. Ina da wani yaro da yana yin zazzabi. Na ba shi magani bai yi mishi ba ya rasu. To sai na samu ban san da wannan magani Herb 25 ba. Da na samu shine na ba su sun sha, ga su nan sun fara jin sauki.
Herb 25 has been investigated in laboratories by various researchers in terms of efficacy by the Biotechnology Center, Ahmadu Bello University, and safety by the Veterinary Pathology Department, Ahmadu Bello University.
My research work was basically on evaluating the drug for quality and safety. And what I did was to use some research parameters to evaluate the drug, and this includes the toxicity studies, which is also subdivided into acute and chronic. It also includes the physical constant evaluation, which includes the ACT value, acid insoluble value, the moisture content, and the extractive values.
The National Institute for Chemical Technologies area has also sponsored some of these and other studies, and the results were positive. Herb 25 is widely used by Nigerians since 2004 and has received a number of recognitions, including Award of National Honor of the Officer of the Order of the Niger, OON, by the late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua in December 2008. Award of Local Materials Content for producing anti-malarial drugs from Nigerian medicinal plants by the Raw Materials Research and Development Council, Abuja, 2009. Great African Patriotic Achiever Merit Award by the African Update International Magazine, 2009. Award of Excellence and Contribution to National Development by the Organization for Promoting Millennium Development Goals and the 7-Point Agenda, 2009. African Professional Managers Golden Award, 2009. People are scared of taking herbal drugs because of lack of standardized dosage, for the fear of the harm it may inflict in their liver, lungs, and other parts of the body.
These herbal drugs can be very dangerous. You will have realized, I'm just speculating, that many of the diseases that we are not used to, kidney failure, liver diseases, may be associated with taking some of these those products that are not evaluated. I am a little bit speculative about this, but I will not be wrong if I say it's associated to taking some of these products that are not evaluated.
The beauty of Herb 25 is that it is a universal dose, unlike other traditional drugs, meaning there is no specific dose based on blood group, genotype, race, age, and gender. It does not require taking it alongside other analgesics. Herb 25 is now packaged as tea bag for ease of dispensation. It is best extracted by simply immersing 2 grams of its tea bag in a cup of hot water for 5 to 10 minutes and taken in the morning and evening for a duration of 10 days. It represents the first drug to be registered and produced from any Nigerian university. The challenge posed to Nigerian pharmacists and practitioners of herbal medicine is to venture into extensive research of other herbal plants for the production and discovery of alternative drugs with specific dosage for the treatment of other ravaging diseases.